I mentioned more than a few times in the run-up to the 2016 U.S. Women's Amateur at Rolling Green Golf Club that it was a great opportunity to see some future LPGA players, so it's no surprise that of the 10 players who graduated from the Symetra Tour to the LPGA, the Volvik race for the card, because just about everything has a corporate sponsor these days. 3 made deep runs at Rolling Green. The woman who I ended up watching the most at Rolling Green, South Carolina product Caitlin Dambaugh, had to sweat it out on the final weekend of the Symetra Tour Championship at LPGA International in Daytona Beach, FLA, after failing to make the cut, but she held on to the number 10 spot on the money list to earn her LPGA Tour card. It's been a month since the Symetra Tour Championship and I was running around covering various PIAA and Interac League championships, but I was curious to see how many alumni of that Rolling Green Women's Amateur would make it through. I caught Dambaugh in the opening round of match play at Rolling Green because she was playing Aurora Khan, whose high school career at Chichester I had chronicled for the Delco Daily Times. Khan, a year removed from an outstanding career at Purdue, had survived a playoff to earn a spot in the match play bracket, a feat in itself. A Delco girl making match play at Rolling Green, the William Flynn gem that sits just off State Road in the heart of Delco. I've been a fan of Dambaugh since catching her on TV in the final of the 2010 U.S. Junior Girls Championship at Pinehurst in 2010. She lost to Doris Chen, but the left-hander, even then, had the same kind of dynamic game as that of her idol, Phil Mickelson. Dambaugh was coming off a spectacular junior year at South Carolina. She was the runner-up to UCLA's Bronte Law for the Annika Award. In my mind, she was on the short list of players capable of winning at Rolling Green. Dambaugh overwhelmed Khan in the early stages of the match, winning 5 of the first 6 holes to take a 5-up lead. But Khan, who won both the Pennsylvania Women's Amateur and the PIAA Championships in 2010, wasn't backing down. Khan fought back to 2 down heading to the 12th hole when Dambaugh hit one of the best shots I saw that week, and believe me, I saw a ton of them. Caught on the upslope of a bunker on the right side of the uphill 12th, Dambaugh launched an approach shot that went right over the flag, caught the backstop behind the hole and rolled 4 feet from the pin. She won the hole with a birdie and went on to claim a 4-3 victory over Khan. The following morning, Dambaugh knocked off 2014 U.S. Women's Amateur champion Kristen Gilman, 2-1. Gilman, a sophomore at Alabama, is one of the best players in college golf right now. There were any number of great matchups I could have watched in the round of 16 that afternoon, but I settled on Dambaugh against Japanese teen standout Nasa Hataoka. I was rewarded with an afternoon of brilliant golf by both players. Hataoka, playing from a little ahead all day, finally pulled out a 2-1 win, but not until Dambaugh's 45-foot putt for eagle took a long look at the bottom of the cup before curling around the hole. 4 months later at Stage 3, the final stage of LPGA qualifying school, Dambaugh grabbed a share of the opening ground lead in the 90-hole marathon with a 5-under-67. Hataoka was in a group tied for 3rd, a shot back. I was utterly unsurprised. If you finish in the top 20 at Stage 3, you do not pass go, you go right to the LPGA Tour. If you're an amateur, you have to decide, pretty much on the spot, that you're turning pro, or the offer of the LPGA Tour card is rescinded. Dambaugh finished tied for 35th, so she never had to make the call. But she had every intention of returning to South Carolina for the second half of her senior season. She had gained some status on the Symetra Tour, which she could take advantage of when she graduated. But the other players would have a head start in the Volvik race for the card. On her way out the door, Dambaugh fired a brilliant 6-under-66 in the final round at Greystone Golf Country Club for a 12-under-204 total to capture the Southeast Conference individual crown over a field littered with future LPGA players. The Volvik race for the card was a marathon for most players on the Symetra Tour. For the 23-year-old Dambaugh, it was a sprint. She had 12 events to try to make the top 10. She finished in the top 10 in 10 of them. The LPGA stats tell me she putted the eyes out of it. She pocketed $63,023, held on to the 10th spot and got to stand with 9 other players, many of them her friends from college and amateur golf, with an oversized poster with her name on it. She made it. As if there was ever any doubt, in the history of the Symetra Tour, only 2 players had ever exceeded $100,000 in earnings in a season. In 2017, 3 players did it, led by leading money winner Banyapa Nipahatsophan, a 20-year-old from Thailand who pocketed $124,492. Nipahatsophan had reached the LPGA Tour in 2016 and didn't make enough money to retain her playing privileges. Back on the Symetra, she didn't win in 2017, but finished second 5 times. It's the kind on consistency that's rewarded in professional golf. Nos. 2 and 3 on the list, the other two $100 K plus earners, were at Rolling Green, played each other in that remarkable round of 16. That would be Hannah Green, a 20-year-old from Australia, and Céline Bautier, a 23-year-old France and a member of Duke's 2014 national championship team. Green was 19 2 summers ago, but she was no kid. She has the ability to overpower a golf course. She got past Bautier, 4 and 3, in the round of 16. Green had a 4-footer for par on the 18th against Boutier's countrywoman, Matilda Capoles, to get to the semifinals, but missed it and lost on the 19th hole. Green won 3 times on the Symetra Tour, which earns you immediate promotion to the LPGA Tour. She finished second on the Symetra money list with $113,880 and was named the Gala Truett Rookie of the Year. The 23-year-old Bautier won twice in 2017 and earned $112,044. 5 of the 10 survivors of the Volvik race for the card were rookies, including Green, Bautier and Dambaugh. The other two were Nina Korsts Madsen, a 22-year-old from Denmark, the fourth leading money winner with $93,115, and Lindsay Weaver, a 24-year-old former Arizona standout from Bellefontaine, Ohio, who finished 7th on the money list with $76,755. Madsen played collegiately at South Carolina, so I'm pretty sure she and Dambaugh were teammates at some point in Columbia. Also earning LPGA Tour cards in the Volvik race for the card were Yulu 5th, $86,110, a 21-year-old from China who was a teammate of Boutier's on Duke's 2014 NCAA National Championship team. Marini Lee 6th, $80,780, a 24-year-old former UCLA standout from Silverdale, Wash. Anna Catherine Tanguay 8th, $76,663, a 26-year-old former Oklahoma standout from Canada, and Emma Talley 9th, $76,556, a 23-year-old from Princeton, Kentucky, who is one of 5 women in the history of the game to own both an NCAA individual title in 2015 at Alabama and a U.S. women's amateur title in 2013 at the Country Club of Charleston. By the way, the winner of the Symetra Tour Championship was none other than Rachel Ruana. It's been 10 years since I wandered up to the Heritage Hills Golf Resort in York County to see how Khan would do in her freshman year at the PIAA tournament. Khan finished tied for 5th, the worst she would do at Heritage Hills, following it up with second, and first. But the winner was Ruana as a junior at Waynesburg. She was a four-year standout at Ohio State and has bounced between the LPGA and Symetra the last few years. Ruana fired a final round of 4 under 68 to finish 13 under and win the Symetra Tour Championship. It wasn't enough to lift her into the top 10 that would have guaranteed her an LPGA Tour card, but it gives a ton of confidence going into Stage 3 of LPGA qualifying school, which tees off November 27 right back at LPGA International in Daytona Beach. Wouldn't be surprised if another alum from that U.S. women's amateur at Rolling Green gets in the mix for an LPGA Tour card.